Good afternoon, good morning, good evening anywhere you are watching Wytv. You're welcome to Trends, where we talk about trending news all around town. My name is Ahmed Abbas Olatunji, but you can call me Sidon J Omoyagba, the only Idon on Wisdom Yard Television. You know, the sponsor for this show is still not by Abbas, and you can as well be one of our sponsors. You can call the number on the screen or send us a DM, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. All right, the first trending news here, this particular news is a sad incident which occurred in Ilorin, Kwara State yesterday. So it happened that the three children from same family lost their life. And I could see this as their mother, or let me say their parents. You know, the problem is from their parents, because these kids could not even believe things like that will happen to them. So what happened was that their mother went out to get them noodles they will take to school the next day. But before she comes back, she found out that these kids, she saw their slippers at the doorway of the car. So they were inside the car, they were being suffocated, they locked themselves in there, and they got themselves killed inside the car, because by the time they will break the door, take them to the hospital, they are gone. So the deceased, a boy and two girls, were suffocated to death inside the car parked at their compound at number 8 Boluke Line, Zango Kulende quarters in the Ilorin metropolis. So this happened yesterday, and before they could take them to the hospital, the three children are there. So I don't know, how do we talk to the parents, because you know it's a sad story, it's a sad incident that even the parents will never forget. They won't even forget this, because it's so sad. 3 kids dead just like that, you know. And this sounds as a let me say a lesson. This is a lesson to any other parent out there, you know, or maybe you have siblings, you have younger brothers and younger brothers and sisters. You know, make sure you're watching out for them, because you don't know the steps they are taking. These kids can be so funny. Even their mom did not know they were inside the car. You know, they locked themselves there, and there was too much heat, and they suffocated till death. So you should be careful. Please watch out for these kids. I saw a video of one kid that was sleeping. The boy was sleeping on the rim of the tire. You don't like the rim of the tire. It was just there, packaged himself there, just like a snail. And thank God that the driver of the car did not even, you know, try to move the car till he tried to look under the car and saw a kid. Just like he slept off. He didn't even know he was sleeping on the rim of a tire. You don't understand? So these kids can be so funny sometimes. Please let us watch out for them, because this kind of incident that happened in Ilorin is so sudden. And I pray that the parents they find it easy for them to forget about this, because it's not easy, to be sincere, for you to lose 3 kids at a time. Well, let's move on. The Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, TUC, so they talked to the federal government to begin the importation of food. So they said the only thing the federal government could do now to cushion the hardship in Nigeria and the food crisis, the hunger and all, is to start importing food in Nigeria. That they should open all borders that lead to different countries, and they should start their food business with those countries. They should allow them to bring in food, so as to make sure there is enough food for Nigerians, you know, to cushion this hardship. But then, what do you think? You can drop into the comment section. Do you think, because now we got to know that it seems Naira is appreciating, like our Naira is now appreciating, you know, different kind of things is happening, but then it's not shown to Nigerians that Tinubu is really working, because so many things have been cautioned, and we are taking measures on different things. Talking about the present administration, that was what Tinubu said. The result is not yet out, and the Tinubu told us that we cannot see the result of the hardship that we are facing now, that this is just the baby step of the hardship. So, but then Nigerians could not even afford to deal with this baby step, because it's just choke. It's choking Nigerians, and the Nigerians cannot even you know, deal with this. So they have to come out and protest that, sir, we don't want this. This is too much. It's getting so. Now the TUC Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, they asked the federal government to begin the importation of food to mitigate the soaring prices of food across the country. So this was disclosed by the president of the TUC, Festus Osifo, during a press conference on the economic hardship ravaging the country today in Abuja. So he said the only thing he could say, because the TUC are part of the team that is trying to stop the protest, telling the NLC that they are not going to be with them for the protest that it is slated to happen tomorrow and next tomorrow. But TUC said they are not part of the protest. So NLC said they are still embarking on the protest tomorrow. So now TUC is now trying to tell the federal government that this is the thing you can do to make sure there is enough food for Nigerians, that they should open border, they should start importation of food as it is before. That's the only thing that can stop this hunger in Nigeria. But let's move on to the next one. The National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, has appealed to the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC. So this one is between the NANS and NLC. So the NANS appealed to the NLC not to consider the strike option while trying to resolve its grievances with the federal government. The only two biggest two the NLC could use against the federal government is to go on a protest or strike. So the NANS is trying to tell the NLC not to embark on this protest because it's going to affect a lot of things in Nigeria. So the association noted that any industrial action by organized labor would aggravate the economic situation in the country rather than solve any problem. That it will just make it worse. That you guys should just keep the you should shun the protest. Don't go for any protest because it's going to affect it more. It's not like it's going to have anything to do with the improvement of economy in Nigeria. So the NANS, Nigerian Association of Nigerian Students, they are trying to tell the NLC that please, I beg, not try to caution this your strike. Like, don't do the protest yet because it's not going to make things it will make it worse. So I feel I'm backing the NANS now, because to be sincere, NLC is not that active, to control the federal government with the tool, which is the protest they want to start. So I feel they will just use it to delay the process of the policy of the federal government. So the policy of this present administration is to make sure that everything is being regulated, the economy, the local productions, they're talking about education and all. And if you could see that, let's say like President Bola Tinubu has been trying to make sure there is enough palliatives for the whole of Nigerians, sending millions of naira, I'm talking about billions of naira to the governors, the disbursement of naira to the state governments. At least something is dropping in the pocket of the state government this time around. So I feel the state government too should work hand in hand with the present administration to make sure that the effectiveness of this present administration is on every aspect in Nigeria. So it's not like the president is not really working, but it is so hard for a layman to understand what the president is trying to do to make sure the poverty and the hardship in Nigeria reduced to totally. Well, let's move on to the last trending news here. This is actually talking about sports, and this is a story talking about our own world striker, one of the best striker in the world, the African Footballer of the Year. I'm talking about no other person than Victor Osimhen. Yes, Victor Chelsea could gather Paris Saint-Germain to sign Victor Osimhen this summer, as Napoli star prefers a move to Stamford Bridge. I said it, if you could recollect, like days back, let me say weeks ago, whereby you see Drogba, when Nigeria wanted to play with Cote d'Ivoire, that was our first match. You could see Drogba and Osimhen having a conversation, and that means Drogba is trying to talk to Osimhen that you are a great player, you should try and go to play in Chelsea, because Chelsea is one of those teams that will bring you out more. So Osimhen, I think Osimhen is now considering Chelsea. We have a lot of teams lined up to sign Osimhen. Barcelona is trying to sign Osimhen, PSV, Man U, Chelsea, even Arsenal. We have a lot of teams trying to look forward to bringing Osimhen to their team. But then According to one journalist, Emmanuel Camaroto, via Napoli magazine. So Chelsea are currently the front runners to land last season's Serie A top goal scorer Victor Osimhen in the summer. So the Blues will face competition from reigning League One champions PSG. You know, Mbappe is now Mbappe will leave PSG very soon, and so they're trying to look for a way to replace Mbappe with another effective player that will make the team stand well. So PSG is trying to look they are looking forward to bring Osimhen to Paris Saint-Germain so as to, you know, replace their world striker Mbappe, so as to make the team more effective. But then Chelsea said no, Osimhen is coming to Chelsea. So this is a big fight between two teams that is giant, two giant team in Europe, you know, big team in Europe. So we want to see which one is Osimhen going to do, because, you know, this is decision. He has to make a very good decision on this. But for me, I prefer Osimhen, you know, playing in PSG than playing in Chelsea, because, you know, Chelsea has a lot of players lined up. Although if Osimhen should get to Chelsea, he's going to see his chest. You know, nobody can, you know, take this chance to beat Osimhen when it comes to being a striker in that Chelsea squad. But then I prefer Osimhen playing in PSG, having an experience in France before he will now come to Premiership. You know, it will be very good for a player like Osimhen to play in PSG. You know, PSG is not a team that a player could shine like Mbappe. You know, even Neymar, Messi, they played in PSG and they could not even, you know, try to show the real Messi and Neymar. But then I want to see Osimhen playing that team. Maybe Osimhen could shine in France League 2. Well, this is where we are going to be ending it on the show today. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook at Wisdom Yard Online TV. My name is Ahmed Abbas Olatunji, but you can call me Sidon J Omoyagba, the only Idan on Wisdom Yard Television. I'll see you guys next time on this show. Be good and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.